Live from Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with Lynda, Kinkade.
We begin in Rome, where the Basilica of St. Mary Major is now open to the public for those who wish to pay their respects to Pope Francis at his tomb. And we are just a couple of hours away from a Vatican Mass that marks the second day of 9 days of mourning following the Pope's funeral. He's the first Pope in more than a century to be buried outside the walls of the Vatican. In his will, the late Pontiff asked that his tomb be inscribed only with the words Franciscus. Cardinals are now preparing to choose the next leader of the Catholic Church. The conclave is expected to begin sometime in early May. CNN's Clarissa has more from Rome.
The bells echoed through Vatican City, a final call to grieve as Pope Francis was laid to rest. Under a spotless sky, hundreds of thousands of mourners gathered in St. Peter's Square to say goodbye. From all corners of the world, presidents, priests, pilgrims, and the public. The Pope chose to be buried in a simple wooden coffin, a testament to the humble life Francis led.
Papa Francesco
Despite his frailty and suffering towards the end, Pope Francis chose to follow this path of self-giving until the last day of his earthly life.
In his homily, Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re paid tribute to Francis's extraordinary legacy.
He was a pope amongst the people, with an open heart towards everyone. He was also a pope attentive to the signs of the times.
The Vatican says more than 250,000 people packed the square.
We want to show our love for our Pope, Pope Francis. This is the only way that we can show to him our love and our prayer.
Some remembered his words, others how he made them feel.
He was not afraid to speak, and according to me, in my opinion, he was always ready to give a voice to the voiceless.
All now feel the weight of his absence. Carried through the hallowed halls of St. Peter's Basilica, Pope Francis's coffin was prepared for its last journey, a historic one, through the city he served, and he left one final surprise. His coffin transported not in a hearse, but in his famous Pope-mobile. As the convoy crossed through Rome, some 150,000 mourners lined the streets, all hoping to catch a final glimpse of a pope they revered. In another break from centuries of tradition, his coffin was laid to rest in the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. Awaiting him on the steps, a group of marginalized, invited specifically by the Pope to be among the last to say goodbye. He was then buried in a private ceremony. His papacy is now over, but it has left behind a mark that will not fade. Clarissa, CNN, Rome.